or at least with some of us. George and I are alike that way, prone to scary quicksilver moods interspersed with sarcasm. And now that Mom's really sick, we stopped laughing altogether. Good thing our 2 younger siblings don't particularly share this hang-up. 12-year-old Grace has always been a giggle machine and chatterbox, though lately she gets weird anxiety attacks at night and has trouble falling asleep, then can't wake up on time in the morning and is always late. Dad thinks it's because she is right on the border of the cutoff age for the qualification, and it can go either way for her today. So she's been quietly freaking out. As for Gordon, 14 and sure of himself, he just hums whatever's playing in his earbuds and smirks a lot, also quietly, even when he fiddles with his art and woodcraft stuff. Gordy is convinced he will not qualify, but he claims he does not care, which is of course crazy, but if it makes it easier for him to deal, then what can be said? "Have some eggs, George," Mom says. "Grab a plate." "I'm not hungry." My brother pours himself a glass of cheap apple juice. "Yes, you are. You'll need it. You can't run all day on that sugary swill, and it's going to be a very long day." Mom turns around and grimaces, looking at the transparent yellowish baby food liquid that George loves so much. Mom's skin has an unhealthy gray tint, and at the same time her face is reddened by the heat of the kitchen stove. Both her hands are shaking slightly with the usual tremors, but there is determined focus in her watery blue eyes. I stare at her and see the effort she is making. Margot Lark, my mother, is the strongest person I know. "You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be cooking." George frowns and gulps down half a glass of juice at once. I watch his Adam's apple move with each swallow, in tandem with the muscles of his lean neck. "I am not cooking. You call this cooking?" Mom smiles, throwing me a wink, in an attempt to get me to make my usual sarcastic commentary that indicates I still have a pulse. "It's pretty good, actually," I say, making a show of forking a large piece and chewing and swallowing with enjoyment, even though I am tasting nothing and my insides are filled with rocks. "Where's everyone else?" "I heard G3 flush the toilet." George reluctantly takes a plate, and Mom dumps half a skillet of cheesy yellow eggs onto it. In case it's unclear, we're the 4 Gs, in order of birth: George, Gwenevere, Gordon, Grace. I still don't get it why our parents decided to use names starting with the letter G for naming all their kids. Mom says she wanted a neat musical pattern to it, and for us to sound elegant. Mom is a classical opera singer, or was before she got sick, so elegant is important to her. Dad says it was an old tradition on his mother's Italian side of the family to use the same initial letter. Honestly, whatever. But everyone in school now calls us the 4 Gs, and we're stuck with it. "Gracie still in bed?" Mom continues, without glancing at George. "You bet. Want me to go drag her out?" Mom shakes her head, wipes a dot of skillet splatter off her nose with the back of her hand, still holding a greasy spatula. "No, let her sleep a bit longer. Your father will get her when he comes down. Give them another 15 minutes, and now I want you to eat." George shrugs. "Whatever. She'll make everyone late again." "No, you'll be fine." I am still chewing the eggs, swallowing them dutifully like lumps of unknown stuff, and now I feel a familiar pang of fear twist my guts. We'll be fine. Somehow hearing this makes it worse, brings it all home. Today's the day we've been prepping ourselves for, emotionally, psychologically, for weeks and months. And when I say we, that's pretty much everyone on this planet. Teens and their parents, and all the people who care about them, and really everyone else too, since they get to watch. They get to find out, even though they themselves are out of the picture, out of the running. They get to witness us make it or fail. Today we qualify for rescue, for Atlantis. Or we don't, which means we'll die together with all the rest of the world when the asteroid hits Earth in about 19 months from now. There's no way to stop it. But at least for some of us, there is Atlantis. Turns out, Atlantis is not a myth. It's ancient history. There really was a great...